First at 4, a rundown Tulsa apartment complex gets cleared away. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jonathan Cooper.
And I'm Tatum Gwynn. News on 6's Emery Bryan is live with what was Sunset Plaza. Emery?
Well, there's not much left of what was a 104-unit apartment complex. The site is going to be redeveloped by the Tulsa Housing Authority. These are some of the final blows that took down the last few buildings at Sunset Plaza. The apartment complex, officially labeled as a blighted nuisance by the government, is being demolished so new apartments can be built.
It obviously has incredible downtown views, which we're super excited about, and especially to be able to offer those views to people on that affordable housing income level.
The THA bought it last August from an out-of-state owner and had it stripped of most things of value. In the last 2 months, the fire department trained at the complex, setting fires over and over just to practice putting them out.
With the fire department and the Tulsa Police Department doing SWAT training, that's now complete, and so demolition has begun in earnest.
The 9.5-acre site once had 17 buildings, but all will be cleared away and the concrete removed while the plans for what's next take shape. The location adds to the value of the property, but the worth of it for the THA is for more housing with more density than before, and all of it more affordable than what other developers are building.
We hope to bring back affordable housing and also workforce housing, which is for those who don't necessarily qualify for a subsidy but need that level of affordability.
Now, the planning for what's to come here might be a lot easier than figuring out how to pay for it. Tulsa Housing Authority says they're working on local government sources and local charitable sources to try to sort that out. Reporting live in downtown Tulsa, Emery Bryan, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.
Emery, thank you. We're learning new information about a Broken Arrow bus driver who was fired and arrested after being accused of refusing to let students off of a bus on Friday. Broken Arrow Schools says driver Thomas Young was running late, and when he arrived at Centennial Middle School on Friday, kids were already agitated. After they left, police say Young stopped the bus several times to reprimand kids, and drivers who saw kids yelling for help and trying to jump off the bus called 911.
The children were acting disorderly on the bus and was stopped to wait for administrators to respond. Unfortunately, before they were able to do that, he decided to drive forward while the kids attempted to exit.
Young was arrested for charges of kidnapping and child abuse. The school has counselors for any kids who were traumatized during that event. We'll have security footage from the bus coming up at 5 o'clock.
Police arrest a man in Norman after they found him napping in the ceiling of a Braum's store. Police aren't quite sure how he got into the ceiling, but workers found Philip Hickman up in the rafters when they arrived at Braum's on September 9th. It took Norman police and the fire department about 30 minutes to get Hickman out before they eventually took him into custody.
But they could tell that the individual had crawled some distance across the store, which is what caused that pretty significant damage to the ceiling. And really just fortunate that they didn't fall through the ceiling.
Hickman was arrested on complaints of breaking and entering and malicious injury to property.
When we have beautiful weather like we do today, it makes Mondays a lot easier. There's sunshine out, the winds are light, the temperature is nice and comfortable, a little cool in the breeze occasionally, but it is just beautiful today. Temperatures right now here in Tulsa, we're sitting at 66 degrees. Winds are light, not any wind gusts at this hour, and dew points down into the upper 30s. You may notice or feel a little more static electricity. As we go into this evening, temperatures will be then falling down to about 59 by 7, 53 at the 9 o'clock hour. We'll keep skies clear. We'll keep winds light. Coming up, we're going to talk about who could have some frost to deal with tomorrow morning. It's going to be a chilly start to your Tuesday. We'll also have our Oktoberfest outlook and pumpkin patch perfection. I'll let you know which days it looks like the weather will be absolutely superb to head to the pumpkin patch.
Israel has signaled its ground invasion of Gaza could come at any moment in the wake of the Hamas terror group's brutal attack last weekend.
Palestinians are crowding the border, crossing from Gaza to Egypt, hoping to flee the violence. Food, water, and medicine are running dangerously low as rescue workers try to retrieve casualties following Israel's airstrikes. Thousands have been killed on both sides since the fighting began, and Israel's military says nearly 200 hostages are being held in Gaza.
I'm a mother, and I want my daughter home now. I want my daughter to sleep in her bed now.
We are only citizens. We are not fighting. We are not doing anything. We are just living here.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken returned to Israel today to pledge U.S. support. U.S. warships are also in the region, standing by in case military support is needed.
Caught in the middle of the war between Israel and Hamas are thousands of children. Some have been killed, others wounded, and many uprooted from their homes. Ian Lee has more on the devastation hitting the most innocent involved.
With war all around them, these young Palestinians are still managing to play like children when they're in the park.
You can see rubble nearly everywhere you go.
13-year-old Omran says he and his friends are fully aware of what is consuming their lives.
Planes above could bomb at any moment. It's unsafe. It's not fair that this is happening. It shouldn't be happening.
Children make up almost half of Gaza's population, and many were living in poverty before this conflict. Now they're waiting in long lines for food and water, some living in tents at makeshift shelters. And hundreds are among the dead and wounded, many from Israeli airstrikes. Here in Israel, residents living along the border with Gaza are evacuating their homes in fear of Hamas.
We leave Sderot because the situation is very dangerous here.
Raya Schwartz and her children are boarding a bus for a safer part of the country. Their town of Sderot was once specifically targeted during the initial attack and has since been hit with rocket strikes. For other Israeli families, life is at a standstill with loved ones held hostage.
I ask Hamas, which is holding my family, I hope, again, in good health, please stop. And the Israeli government to please stop and just bring the women and children back.
Israel's military says Hamas has nearly 200 hostages. Ian Lee, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
Hamas says it will kill hostages if Israel strikes civilians without warning. As Israel prepares for a ground invasion, it's unclear how and if hostage negotiations will take place.
Republicans in the House of Representatives are indicating there could be a vote for the next speaker brought to the floor tomorrow. GOP members are meeting again tonight to see if they have enough votes to elect Ohio Representative Jim Jordan. At least a dozen members say they're still opposed to him, which leaves him well short of the 217 votes needed to become speaker.
Frankly, if you look at the dynamics of our conference, there's not a single member who can satisfy 217 members.
Republicans may need to cut a deal with Democrats to seat a new speaker. So far, all of the voting has taken place behind closed doors. The full vote tomorrow would force members to say publicly whether they support Jordan or not.
Killers of the Flower Moon is having its red carpet premiere in Hollywood tonight. Our movie man, Dino Lally, will join us live from Hollywood to talk about the big impact that this film has made in Oklahoma.
And coming up, a huge annual event here in Tulsa, Oktoberfest, is this week. We'll go over our outlook and the weather for Oktoberfest coming up.
And how dozens of Tulsa restaurants are creating new dishes to encourage more people to try going vegan.
This land was chosen because nobody would want it.
We were able to purchase our own reservation.
Then the Osage struck oil and money started pouring in.
The richest people on earth.
But as fortunes grew, so did mysterious deaths.
The people that did this were your friends.
Hear the true story retold by Osage descendants before you see it on the big screen. And Oklahoma's own original Reign of Terror, tonight at 7. From Osage County Tourism and Oklahoma's own News on 6.
Hi, I'm Nina with New Leaf Wellness to tell you more about our weight loss therapy, customized for your needs and goals to safely boost your metabolism. Call our specialist to discuss the right treatment for you today.
I love the great outdoors. From indoors, it's a vibe. Do I enjoy being in nature? Do I like looking at it? For sure. So if maintaining forests maintains my happy place, yeah, I'm gonna be a papertarian. Living room, sanctuary. Bathroom, sanctuary. Other living room? Well, that's just extra. In America, we have private forests. So when you choose this, the forest people will replenish that. So those outdoor creatures can stay where they belong.
Getting the right new windows with Pella was simple.
Yeah, when renovating a drafty old house, it can be hard to find great people.
Our dedicated Pella advisor was a godsend.
We had confidence in Pella. They sold over 5 million replacement windows and doors.
So we knew our local team would be on top of every detail.
and the installation was done in just a day.
Mom, the kitchen sink's broken again.
I wish Pella did plumbing.
Hurry, replacement windows are on sale now. Schedule a free in-home consultation for details.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go. Creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to. With a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
New Leaf Wellness is a game changer. I had no energy. I was suffering from night sweats, irritability, mood swings, and they put me on natural hormone therapy, and it changed my life.
A nonprofit that aims to reduce animal suffering is challenging local restaurants to create more vegan dishes.
News on 6's Alyssa Miller tells us how you can get involved in the month-long challenge.
It's not uncommon to find vegan food at Inheritance Juicery.
This is what we do here. We're all about vegan food, vegetarian food. Everything in our store is organic. We do a lot of gluten-free options.
That's why manager Parker Vincent says joining the Tulsa Vegan Chef Challenge was a no-brainer.
We're excited to be a part of this because it brings more awareness to this type of food in Tulsa. So we're hoping that there'll be more people sourcing it out, looking out for it.
The national nonprofit Vegan Outreach is behind the challenge and brought it to Tulsa. 65 local restaurants got on board, crafting new vegan dishes for the public to try this month.
You go to those restaurants during normal business hours and order the vegan challenge options, and then go online and vote.
Inheritance Juicery added vegan sriracha mac and cheese, a Cuban sandwich made with jackfruit, and vegan salmon with risotto to its menu, and it hasn't disappointed.
I've had a lot of people come in and ask specifically for those new dishes and come back to try them again and again.
Not everyone taking part is vegan or even has to be.
We love that it brings vegan food to vegans, but it is not for vegans. It's to help show those chefs that vegan food can be delicious and easy to prepare and amazing, and also to show diners that.
When you try one of the new vegan dishes, you can mark it off on your diner passport. Once you get at least 5, you have the chance to win prizes. And if it's a big enough hit, your favorite dish might even get a permanent spot on the menu.
We want them to come out with these options and then see the support that the community's coming out and trying these, to where they go, oh, this is selling really well. People really love this.
In Tulsa, Alyssa Miller, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.